Hello, hello. This is your editor-in-chief of PoliSciPulse, Greg Trutner. Today, we're going to do a quick review of the polls and see where things stand on the electoral map. We are also going to talk about a couple things on the news. But first, let's get to your news. Today's big news is that Trump has started to pivot from blaming President Obama to from blaming former President George W. Bush to blaming President Obama. Today we saw yesterday and also today we saw the first example of that, where Trump called Obama the founder of ISIS. Now, Trump is he simplifies concepts. In my opinion, I think like the foundations are there, but he never gets even into the ground floor, into the first floor when he talks about policy. If you remember the October debate, Trump was blaming Bush for everything. He even blamed Bush for Obama. So the logical extension, therefore, is that Obama continued some of Bush's policies. Now, the specific quote is when he called uh, Barack Obama the, quote, founder of ISIS, and Hillary Clinton the co-founder. He later said he was being sarcastic. What he said was basically uh, a simplified concept. No, President Obama and Hillary Clinton did not found ISIS. Instead, what happened was they're leaving Iraq in a political vacuum, not dealing with Syria, and a whole host of other things, gave rise to the powerful organization ISIS. Now, people will point out that Barack Obama was a state senator when ISIS was formed, but Obama's policies, his point was, has shaped ISIS into what it is today. The second piece of news I want to bring to your attention is a lawsuit in, oh, I forget what court it is, but the Trump campaign has been sued for for one of their staffers brandishing a gun and pressing it into the kneecap, I think, or the thigh, of a supporter who was riding in the car along with him. The supporter sued a couple days ago and is now suing for Trump's campaign's failure to ask. He originally asked for failure to act. He originally asked for the Trump campaign to just remove him from being with supporters, fire him, do something, but the Trump campaign refused, and that's why we have a lawsuit today. Okay, onto the electoral news. On Monday, nothing really changed. Kansas was still for Trump. Utah was for Trump as well. Georgia became Clinton +7, which made it look like it was a positive, a sure win for Clinton on Monday. Now, Tuesday came along, and Clinton picked up North Carolina, solidified her lead in Pennsylvania, and picked up Ohio, which, if you remember, we were waiting for. Florida then became a swing state. On Wednesday, Wisconsin still was solidified. Iowa became a swing state, which used to be Trump, though he was leading by like +1. Pennsylvania still continued to be Clinton territory, and Ohio got was about the same. Thursday came along. Georgia now switched back to, I'd say, I'm saying it wrong, but where it's supposed to be. On Trump's side, it's a +4, going by the poll when all four candidates were involved. Clinton's number in New York fell from +16 to +14. In Maine District 1, I believe, Clinton solidified her lead there. Trump's grabbed Iowa. He's +1. Florida became Clinton territory at +1. Which brings us to today, Friday, where Texas was seen as being Trump territory, as it should be. Colorado is solidifying for Clinton. Virginia because of Tim Kaine, is now solidifying for Virginia. North Carolina has become solid Clinton territory, and Florida has become solid Clinton territory. This means that if the election were held today and it broke exactly according to polls, Clinton would win 350 electoral votes to Trump's 188 electoral votes. Now, it should be noted that of what we're going to call solid states, Clinton has 316 solid votes, whereas Trump only has 145 solid votes. Now, Clinton's strongest states going into Saturday, weakest states rather, are Nevada, Missouri, and Ohio. She's really starting to tamp down and really starting to solidify her leads now. North Carolina, which was iffy for Clinton, which I actually think was in Trump territory last week, now becomes solidly for Clinton. Virginia, which was a swing state, now becomes solidly for Clinton. And Florida, which was, I believe was a Trump, is now solid for Clinton. Arizona, Iowa, now the weak states for Trump, are Arizona, Iowa, Georgia, South Carolina, and Maine 02. Georgia is the strongest of that bunch, whereas the other ones are like +1 or +2. I would look for momentum to swing back towards Trump in any of the states I just mentioned. What's going to be very interesting is Ohio. Now, one last thing I want to bring up is that Trump said recently in the news that Pennsylvania is key. Well, if we turn everything except for Virginia to be, Trump, and Ohio would also change to Trump. Sure enough, he would need Virginia to win. Not Virginia, sorry. Pennsylvania to win. So, that's where it is right now. Trump is successfully predicting that as of right now, he would need Pennsylvania to win. Now, things can change. Of course, we're 3 months out from the election. But as of today, Donald Trump is exactly correct. Pennsylvania would be the key for him to win the presidency. This has been PoliSciPulse, Pulse's weekly electoral map update and weekly roundup. See you.